Hey, how you doing, everyone? Hope you guys had a great weekend. And today's message is something that I strongly feel that I think a lot of athletes around this time of the year are going through in the fall sports is remaining positive through when it's not going your way. What do I mean by that? I know everybody does a lot of off-season training and a lot of different things to prepare yourself for the season, and for whatever reason, it doesn't seem like it's going your way. Maybe you feel like you lost your confidence, and you feel like you've invested so much extra time and effort, and you're not seeing the results instantly like, as you would envision or like. And it's frustrating you, and it's tending to show in your body language and your play. And I am here to tell you to remain positive, to control the controllables. And yes, that's easier said than done. But I want to share you with a little story about something that I talk about where I coach at St. Peter's Prep in Jersey City, New Jersey. It's about just doing your job to the best of your abilities. And we talk about mental toughness, and what mental toughness essentially means to me is doing your job when you're supposed to do it at an elite level, no matter the circumstance. And we share with our athletes all the time, and the guys that I coach, my players, is that sometimes you won't always be the guy. Sometimes the success won't always go your way. And it was a great example in this game. As wide receivers, as you know, there's about 3 to 4 or maybe sometimes 5 wide receivers that ain't playing the game at a time. There may be certain particular receivers that may actually get more attention in the game, or more catches and more notoriety than others. And I think a key point to it is being able to do your job at the best of your abilities and to execute at all times, even when the ball isn't going your way. See, high school athletes have a tendency to internalize and get slack off and not do their job when things aren't going their way. And what happens is you get so engulfed and consumed with your inability or your opportunities or lack thereof, as opposed to just executing your 111, running your route as fast as possible, or blocking your behind off. Sometimes you may not be the person getting the touchdown, but you can help enable somebody else to get a touchdown. And for high school athletes and college athletes, sometimes it's a pride check because, we've invested so much time into our craft that we want it, and I don't necessarily think it's a selfish thing, but I think it's a thing where you invest so much time into something, you want the result. And I'm here to tell you to be a team player, stay positive, remain positive. And what I mean by that is there was a time and point in the game where there was one of the guys on my team, his name is Zaire Miller, and he had one attempt thrown to him before this particular catch at the end of the game, and was a missed throw, right? And in this particular instance, I specifically told this young man throughout the game that you may not get the ball every single time. It may not go to you. And what I'm asking of you, and the team's asking of you, is continue to do your job. Run your route as hard as possible, no matter the circumstance. And we, not just particularly him, but everybody has to do their job. Somebody is going to be the fallout guy, and somebody's going to be the guy that's going to have the success. But it takes 11 people for that to go. And late in the game, towards the end of the game, when there was a 4th and long, he hadn't had a catch all game long. And arguably the biggest catch of the season, the biggest moment of the season is Zaire Miller catching that ball on a 4th and about 20 to 5, where he didn't get a ball except for one thrown to me. He didn't catch it the entire game. And that takes some type of mental toughness for you to be able to lock in and hone in and do your job to the best of your ability despite what is happening to you, good, positively, or negative. And I'm here to tell you to remain positive and persistent and consistent, because guess what? The mailman's coming too, like we said in the last Do It Talk. You never know when your opportunity is going to come. But it's so important for you to stay locked in no matter what, because if you focus on the thing that you can't control, when your opportunity does come, you aren't prepared because you're so consumed with the result. If you focus on just doing your job, right, and Zaire Miller doing his job the entire game, and although the balls wasn't going his way, the moment of truth, the moment where it all comes down to, he was able to make a play and help us win a ball game. And if it wasn't for him being mentally locked in the second quarter, in the third quarter, in the middle of the fourth quarter, despite him not getting the ball thrown to him, would he have made that play? Probably not. But this is a lesson not just to him, but to each and every one of the athletes and the other people that we coach and I coach, and around the country and the world, that you got to remain persistent and consistent and stay positive despite this outcome and the circumstances, because you know what? They are in your control, but what you can't control is your intensity, your attitude, and your effort. So all those three things are always in your control. Make sure you do whatever it takes. Remember, stay positive.